Sound of a dramatic crash, like a lamp falling. Ever walk into a room and get that feeling? You know the one. A vase is on its side. There's a suspicious clump of fur on the rug, and your two cats are sitting 10 feet apart, staring into the middle distance, pretending to be the most innocent, non-vase-knocking creatures on the planet. You look at one, you look at the other, and you just know a furry crime has been committed. You think, are they fighting? Or is this just their weird, chaotic way of playing? The truth is, that tension you feel is real. And today, we're going to become feline detectives and uncover the secret Cold War happening in your house. I promise by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn your furry frenemies into best friends. Or at least, civil roommates. Let's get started. First, tell me in the comments, what are the names of your suspected furry criminals? So before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's have a quick chat about what a cat actually is. We see them as our cuddly, biscuit-making babies, but deep down in their DNA, they are solitary hunters. In the wild, cats don't form big, happy communes. They're tiny, perfect predators who claim a territory and patrol it for resources like food and safe napping spots. So when we bring two or more of these solitary weirdos into our homes, we're essentially creating a season of a bizarre reality TV show. We're forcing them to be roommates, to share a kitchen, a bathroom and a sunbeam. It's no wonder things get complicated. The hissing, the swatting, the drama, it's not them being mean. It's their ancient wild brain screaming, "Hey, this is my sunbeam! Go hunt your own mice, weirdo!" Understanding this is key to solving the puzzle. Alright, let's start with the most overlooked sign of trouble, the staring contest of doom. You see your two cats locked in a silent, unblinking gaze across the living room. You might think, "Aw, they're having a moment." No, they are not. This is not a romantic gaze. This is a high-stakes negotiation, a feline standoff where the first one to blink loses control of the territory. It's the cat equivalent of two cowboys in a dusty saloon, hands hovering over their, well, paws. Every tiny muscle twitch, every ear flicker is a signal. One is saying, "Don't you even think about using that litter box," and the other is responding, "Oh, I'm thinking about it, real hard." This intense, silent communication is pure intimidation. If you see this happening frequently, it's a major red flag that tension is simmering just below the surface. They are fighting a war with their eyes, and it's a sign that an actual physical fight could be just one wrong move away. So next time you see it, don't just watch. It's time to intervene, and we'll talk about how. Next up is the master of passive aggression, resource guarding and blocking. This is so subtle. Most cat parents miss it completely. You see your cat, Mittens, loafing peacefully in a doorway. How cute, right? Wrong. Mittens isn't just napping. She's a furry roadblock. She has strategically positioned her fluffy body to prevent your other cat Shadow from getting to the food bowl, the water fountain, or the litter box. Shadow knows that to pass, he has to go through the boss, and he's not willing to risk it. So he just turns around and waits. This isn't a coincidence, it's a power move. You might notice one cat spends all day on the cat tree, preventing the other from climbing up, or one casually sits right next to the only litter box on the second floor. This is psychological warfare. The blocking cat is controlling all the important resources, stressing the other cat out, and potentially causing health issues like urinary tract infections from holding it in. It's a silent siege, and your less confident cat is the one suffering. Sign number 3 is a sad one, hiding and total avoidance. You might have a cat that you affectionately call shy or a loner. He spends most of his day under the bed, in the back of a closet, or on the highest shelf he can find, while some cats are naturally more reserved. In a multi-cat home, this can be a huge sign of stress. This cat isn't just an introvert. They are actively avoiding a perceived threat. Your other cat, their world has shrunk down to 1 or 2 safe spots, Because the rest of the house feels like a hostile territory. They have basically conceded the entire house to the more dominant cat. You'll notice they never cross paths. They have different, non-overlapping schedules for eating, drinking, and using the litter box, often only coming out when they know the other cat is asleep or in another room. They are living in a state of constant, low-grade fear. Your home should be a sanctuary for all your pets, not a scary maze where one has to hide to feel safe. And now for the sign that shatters our dreams of a perfect furry family, the complete lack of friendly interactions. I'm talking about allo-grooming and allo-rubbing. What are those? Allo-grooming is when cats who are bonded lick and groom each other. It's a huge sign of affection and trust. Allo-rubbing is when they rub their faces and bodies against each other, mixing their scents to create a single unified colony smell. It's like a secret handshake for cats. If your cats never do this, it's a sign they don't consider themselves part of the same social group. They are simply two individuals coexisting in the same space, not a family. They might walk past each other without hissing, but they also completely ignore each other's existence. They are like those awkward roommates who only communicate through sticky notes on the fridge. This absence of affection is just as telling as the presence of aggression. It means the relationship is, at best, one of tense neutrality. True harmony isn't just the absence of war, it's the presence of peace and friendship. So, we've seen the signs, but why is Fluffy acting like a tiny furry dictator? The number one reason is something I call resource scarcity. It's the cat world equivalent of two people fighting over the last slice of pizza. Cats are hardwired to protect their access to essential resources: food, water, clean litter boxes, safe sleeping spots, and high perches. If they feel like there isn't enough to go around, their survival instincts kick in, and they will fight to control what's available. The golden rule for a peaceful multi-cat home is the N+1 rule, where N is the number of cats you have. So for 2 cats, you need 3 of everything important. 3 litter boxes, 3 water bowls, multiple feeding stations, multiple high spots. It's not about being fair. It's about creating a feeling of such overwhelming abundance that there is literally nothing worth fighting over. When a cat knows there's another clean litter box on the other side of the house, they won't feel the need to guard the one in the hallway. Now let's talk about the mistake almost every new multi-cat parent makes: the wrong introduction. It's a classic story. You bring a new, adorable kitten home. You're so excited for your resident cat Whiskers to have a new friend. So you open the carrier and all-out war breaks out. Hissing, spitting, fur flying everywhere. You think, oh no, they hate each other. The problem is you just threw 2 strangers into a room and told them to be best friends. In the cat world, that's the equivalent of a stranger breaking into your house. The resident cat's territory has been invaded, and the new cat is terrified and defensive. That first impression can set a negative tone for their entire relationship, sometimes permanently. A proper introduction is a slow, tedious process that can take weeks, even months. It involves separating the cats, swapping their scents on blankets, and only allowing them to see each other through a baby gate for short, positive sessions involving treats and toys. You have to build a bridge of positive associations, not just throw them in the deep end and hope they learn to swim. Another huge source of conflict is boredom and misdirected aggression. Imagine being a tiny, perfect predator designed by millions of years of evolution to hunt, stalk, and pounce, and then being stuck inside a house all day with nothing to do. It would be maddening. A bored cat is a ticking time bomb of pent-up energy, and that energy has to go somewhere. If they don't have enough toys, puzzle feeders, or playtime to simulate hunting, they will start to hunt the next best thing. Your other cat. This often leads to what we call misdirected aggression. Your cat, Leo, is sitting at the window, watching a bird. His hunter brain goes into overdrive. He's chattering, his tail is twitching, but he can't get the bird. He is frustrated and full of predatory energy. Just then, your other cat, Luna, walks by. Boom! Leo launches himself at Luna, not because he's mad at her, but because she was the nearest outlet for his frustration. It's not personal, it's instinctual. Consistent daily interactive playtime is not a luxury, it's a necessity for a peaceful home. Sometimes the problem is simple, a good old-fashioned personality clash. Just like people, not all cats are destined to be best friends. You might have a super energetic, playful 1-year-old kitten who wants to pounce and wrestle 24/7. And then you have your 15-year-old senior cat, whose only life goals are to sleep in a sunbeam and enjoy his golden years in peace. The kitten isn't being a bully, he's just trying to play. The senior cat isn't being grumpy, he's just in pain and wants to be left alone. This mismatch in energy levels and play styles is a classic recipe for conflict. It's our job as their guardians to manage these interactions. This means giving the kitten tons of separate playtime to drain his energy and ensuring the senior cat has safe, elevated spaces where he can retreat and observe the chaos from a distance without being bothered. You can't force them to love each other, but you can manage the environment so they can coexist peacefully. Before you label one of your cats as a jerk, you absolutely must consider this critical possibility: hidden pain or illness. Cats are masters at hiding when they are sick or in pain. It's a survival instinct left over from their time in the wild, where showing weakness would make them a target for larger predators. A sudden change in behaviour, like becoming more aggressive, irritable or reclusive, is often the very first sign that something is medically wrong. Think about it. If your back hurt, or you had a toothache, you probably wouldn't be in the mood to play or cuddle, right? The same goes for cats. Arthritis, dental disease, a urinary tract infection, any of these can cause a normally sweet cat to start lashing out at their housemates. If the conflict in your home is new or has suddenly gotten worse, your very first step should be a trip to the vet for both cats. Rule out any underlying medical causes before you even start to tackle the behavioural issues. It could be the key to restoring peace. Okay, action plan time! Let's talk about creating harmony with our first tool, Operation Resource Abundance. We need to catify our homes and make them feel like a feline paradise. The goal is to eliminate any competition for resources, and the key to this is thinking vertically. Cats love to be up high. It makes them feel safe and gives them a great vantage point to survey their kingdom. Installing cat shelves on the walls, getting multiple tall cat trees, and clearing off the tops of bookcases gives them more space to call their own. It also creates multiple highways around the room, so a timid cat can get from point A to point B without having to cross the path of the more confident cat on the floor. Imagine your house not just as a floor plan, but as a 3D jungle gym. The more perches, hideaways, and escape routes you provide, the less stressed and more secure your cats will feel, which dramatically reduces the chances of a conflict. Let's get down and dirty and talk about the litter box kingdom. This is without a doubt one of the most critical areas for multi-cat harmony. As we mentioned, the rule is 1 box per cat, plus 1 extra, and their placement is everything. You wouldn't want your only toilet to be in the middle of a busy hallway, right? Same for your cats. Don't put all the boxes in one room, lined up like a sad little porta-potty row. Spread them out all over the house, on every floor. This ensures that one cat can't guard all the bathrooms at once. And please, for the love of all that is fluffy, avoid covered litter boxes. We think they are great for hiding the mess and smell, but for a cat, they are terrifying ambush traps. A cat inside a covered box only has one way in and one way out, making them a sitting duck for another cat waiting to pounce. An open, large box in a quiet corner with multiple escape routes is a cat's 5-star bathroom experience. Now for everyone's favourite topic, food. Let's plan the feast of peace with smart feeding strategies. The image of 2 cats eating peacefully side by side from matching bowls is cute, but for many cats, it's incredibly stressful. Mealtimes can be a huge source of tension and competition. The simple solution? Separate feeding stations. This doesn't just mean putting the bowls on opposite sides of the same mat. I mean feeding them in completely different rooms, or at the very least, far enough apart that they can't see each other while they eat. This allows them to relax and enjoy their meal without worrying that someone is going to steal their food. For an extra boost of enrichment, ditch the bowls altogether sometimes. Use puzzle feeders or food dispensing toys. This forces them to use their brains and hunt for their food, which is incredibly satisfying for them and helps burn off mental energy that might otherwise be used for plotting their roommate's demise. It's time to get serious about fun. That's right, play therapy is real, and it's a game changer. Interactive play is the single best way to reduce stress, build confidence, and redirect that feisty predator energy. The goal is to simulate a hunt, stalk, chase, pounce, kill, and then eat a treat. Wand toys with feathers or little mice on the end, like the famous Darbird, are perfect for this. When playing with multiple cats, try to use 2 toys at once, or take turns so no one feels left out. A crucial tip: never, ever end a play session abruptly. Let them catch the toy and then immediately give them a high-value treat. This completes the natural hunt cycle and leaves them feeling satisfied and relaxed, not frustrated. A tired cat is a happy cat, and 2 tired cats are much more likely to nap peacefully near each other than to start a fight. Aim for at least 2 15-minute play sessions every single day. It's therapy for them, and honestly, it's pretty fun for you too. This next technique might sound a little weird, but trust me, it works wonders. Scent soaking and the art of the swap. A cat's most powerful sense is their sense of smell. Their entire world is built on scent profiles. This smells like me, so it's safe. That smells like a stranger, so it's scary. Our goal is to make the cats smell like each other, creating a communal family scent. The easiest way to do this is to take a clean sock or a small towel and gently rub it on one cat's cheeks where their scent glands are. Then take that sock and place it in the other cat's territory for them to investigate on their own time. Do the same in reverse. This allows them to get used to each other's scent in a non-threatening way. You can also use calming pheromone diffusers like Feliway Multicat, which release a synthetic version of the pheromone a mother cat produces. This can help create a general sense of well-being and signal to their brains that this is a safe, friendly environment. It's not a magic bullet, but it can definitely lower the overall stress level in the home. What if things have already gone completely off the rails? Your cats are actively fighting, and the house is a constant war zone. It might be time for the great reintroduction. Yes, this means starting all over from scratch, as if they have never met before. It's a pain, I know, but it's the only way to reset a deeply negative relationship. You'll need to completely separate them into different rooms, each with its own food, water, and litter box. They should not see or have any physical contact with each other. From there, you begin the slow process we talked about earlier, scent swapping, feeding on opposite sides of a closed door so they associate the other cat's smell with food, and eventually, very short, supervised visual interactions through a baby gate or cracked door. Every single step must be paired with something positive, like their favourite treats or a fun play session. If there is any hissing or growling, you've moved too fast. Go back a step. This process requires a ton of patience, but it's your best shot at rebuilding their relationship from the ground up. To truly be a peacekeeper, you need to become fluent in cat. Let's talk about understanding cat body language. We often misinterpret what our cats are telling us. A slow blink, that's a sign of trust, a kitty kiss. But what about a tail that's twitching and thumping on the floor? That's not happy excitement. That's annoyance and overstimulation. It's a warning sign to back off. Look at their ears. Forward and relaxed is good. Flattened back against their head like airplane wings. That's fear or aggression. And their pupils. Huge, dilated pupils can mean fear or high arousal. Learning to read these subtle cues allows you to become a cat detective. You can see a conflict brewing long before it ever escalates into a fight. When you see one cat starting to display these stress signals, you can intervene by distracting them with a toy, tossing some treats in the opposite direction, or simply creating some space. You become a proactive mediator instead of a reactive referee. Let's tackle the biggest and most dangerous myth in the multi-cat world. It's the advice you've probably heard a million times. Oh, just let them work it out themselves. This is, without a doubt, the worst advice you can possibly follow. Cats do not work it out. Unlike some other social animals, they don't have complex reconciliation behaviours. When cats fight, they don't make up afterward. Each fight, each hiss, each swat just reinforces their negative association with the other cat. Letting them work it out is just letting them practice hating each other. It teaches the bully that aggression works, and it teaches the victim to live in a constant state of fear. Every time you allow a fight to happen, you are digging the hole of their bad relationship deeper. It is always, always your responsibility to intervene, separate them, and manage the environment to prevent fights from happening in the first place. They are not capable of resolving deep-seated conflicts on their own. Instead of letting them fight, let's use a much more powerful tool: the power of positive reinforcement. We need to actively look for and reward the behaviours we want to see. This means catching them in the act of being good. Did your cats just walk past each other in the hallway without any drama? Amazing! Say "good job" in a happy voice and toss them both a high-value treat. Are they both napping peacefully in the same room, even if they're far apart? That's a huge win. Quietly place a treat near each of them. You are teaching them that good things happen when the other cat is around. This is classical conditioning at its finest. They will start to associate the sight, sound, and smell of the other cat with delicious snacks and praise. It slowly rewires their brain to think, "Oh, when that guy's around, I get chicken. Maybe he's not so bad after all." This is a much more effective strategy than punishing them for bad behaviour, which often just increases their stress and fear. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, the situation might be too complex or dangerous to handle on your own. And that's okay. There is absolutely no shame in knowing when to call in a pro. A certified cat behaviour consultant or a veterinary behaviourist is like a therapist for your pets. They have years of specialised training and can see dynamics in your home that you might miss. They can come to your house, assess the environment, observe your cat's interactions, and create a customised behaviour modification plan tailored to your specific situation. This is especially important if the aggression is severe or if a cat is redirecting aggression onto you. Trying to handle serious aggression by yourself can be dangerous. Think of it as an investment in your pet's long-term happiness and well-being. It's not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're a responsible and dedicated cat parent who is willing to do whatever it takes to bring peace back to your home. Alright, here's one last, slightly silly, but surprisingly effective trick you can try. I call it the scent mingle technique. As we've discussed, scent is everything to a cat. A shared group scent is the foundation of a friendly feline colony. So how can we help create one? Get a brush that your cats enjoy being groomed with. First, brush one of your cats, getting their scent all over the bristles. Then, without cleaning the brush, immediately go and groom your other cat with it. Then, brush the first cat again. You are literally mixing their individual scents together and reapplying this new combo scent onto both of them. It's like you're creating a custom family perfume right on their fur. This can help to blur the lines between me and them, gently encouraging their brains to accept the other cat as part of their safe, familiar-smelling group. It's a simple, low-stress way to reinforce the idea that they are, in fact, part of the same team. Plus, most cats love being brushed, so it's a positive experience all around. So there you have it, the secret world of feline politics, decoded. Now you know that the silent stare down, the hallway roadblock, and the lack of cuddles are all part of a complex language. But the most important thing is that now you have the tools to change the conversation. By creating a world of abundance, encouraging positive play, and becoming a fluent speaker of cat, you can transform your home from a tense battlefield into a sanctuary of peace. Remember, it takes time and patience, but building a happy, harmonious home for your furry overlords is one of the most rewarding things you can do. They drive us crazy with their antics, knock over our favourite mugs, and demand food at 3 a.m. But at the end of the day, we love these little weirdos more than anything. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more kitty content, and share it with another cat parent who needs it. Now for my final question, what's the one tip from this video you're going to try tonight? Let me know in the comments below.